Liverpool's title charge is very much in full flow, and a lot of people, including myself, give a lot of credit to the forward line of Liverpool. And while that is the case, I don't feel like enough people really talk about the guys that are behind the forwards. So today, we're going to take a look at Virgil van Dijk, the foundation of Liverpool's title charge. Liverpool currently have 9 clean sheets this season, and that's pretty impressive. It's more than Man City, it's more than the likes of Newcastle and Manchester United, and it's not bad at all. It's only 2 fewer than Arsenal, who currently have the best defensive record in the league. But what's really interesting about this, when we bring it back to Virgil van Dijk, is that 8 of the games that Liverpool kept a clean sheet, Virgil van Dijk was actually present. He's really started to come back to his best, gaining 1.3 interceptions per game, 1.2 tackles per game, and he just is so good in possession. He makes sure that he's able to progress the ball forwards, he keeps his team ticking, and some of his statistics are just quite wild, to be honest. He wins 78% of his total duels. That's pretty incredible. 65% of his ground duels are won, and 84% of his aerial duels are won. Now, the 84% is actually the best in Europe. He wins an incredible amount of aerial duels, and that keeps Liverpool on the front foot. It allows them to be a little bit bolder. It pushes them forward on a little bit, making sure that they're able to win those 50-50 challenges when the ball goes long. But at the same time, he's also able to read the play, get those interceptions in, and recycle the possession for Liverpool. He's really come back to his best, and he's establishing himself as the main crucial linchpin to this Liverpool defence. And he kind of has to. This is the periods of absence that Liverpool have had for the entirety of the 2023-24 Premier League season. Obviously, as you can see, the season has not ended, but if we look at some of these players, we've got Alisson, who is currently missing a number of games with injury. He missed 2 in match week 14 and 15, and then you look at the likes of Joel Matip, who will be out for the rest of the season. He's going to be out for more than half of the entire Liverpool campaign. You've got the likes of Bajcetic, who has not been able to play. Conor Bradley was injured to begin with. He's now started to come back into the side, and we know what kind of impact that's made. Andy Robertson has been out for around 13 games. You've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is also currently out. He's actually just missed 6 games himself, expected to be out for a little bit longer. He's missed 9 games in total, but let's have a look at the Liverpool captain. Let's have a look at Virgil van Dijk, because I think it's incredibly important to note the consistency in which Van Dijk is appearing. He hasn't been injured. He's got 2 match suspensions from red cards, from a major red card, and then just look at the rest of that. All available, all fit, all playing, and when you have a side that needs to go into a title challenge, when you want to try and make that push, you need consistency. Joe Gomez has been the same. He's been available, only missed 1 game with injury, and Ibrahim Konate has also missed a couple of games. But when you're trying to go for a title, the consistency is key, and always having your captain available is something that allows the younger Liverpool players to really look towards. A leader, an established, experienced head, one that can give out that experience whenever it's needed. And it's that kind of consistency that propels Liverpool from being a potential title challenger to being one that really needs to be revered and looked at. It's because of this and because of the inconsistencies in the Liverpool backline that it's imperative that Virgil van Dijk stays fit, and he has done. He is the bedrock of this Liverpool side and is one of the main reasons that the attackers are able to go out and do their job. It's because of his consistency that allows Liverpool to be so good. When you compare him against his peers, he's also extremely impressive. Virgil van Dijk, I've got him paired up against Ruben Dias, Saliba, Gabriel and Mickey van der Ven. Obviously all from different clubs apart from the 2 Arsenal centre-backs. And he's managed to contribute in goals. He's got 4 goal contributions currently this season. That's more than Ruben Dias, that's more than Saliba. It's the same amount as Gabriel, and it's more than Mickey van der Ven. So not only is he doing his defensive part, he's also contributing for Liverpool going forwards. And he's actually got the most assists out of all of these. Not that defenders are essentially rated on assists. My point is that he's doing a little bit of everything. He has an incredibly high expected assists and expected goals together with 3.6. Only Gabriel has beaten that with 3.9. He averages just a numerous amount of progressive passes per 90. If we do this, we can see that he averages 5.2 progressive passes per 90, only beaten by Ruben Diaz in this particular scenario. And then we take a look at a couple of other stats, and he's just so good. Here is a breakdown of his passing. And one thing that I think is really interesting is this here, the amount of long passes completed. Now this is interesting because we associate the football right now with short passing. You need to make sure that you're able to go side to side really quickly with really quick short passing, but look at this, he's actually completed 182 long passing, giving that dynamic range to this Liverpool side and the swiftness of play. One of Liverpool's main key traits is the ability to take players from one side, switch it immediately to the opposite side, and make use of the overloads that they can gain on the opposite side while the opposition is transitioning from one side to the other. And this range of passing from Virgil van Dijk, with the 182 passes completed with a completion rate of 74%, is something that allows Liverpool to unlock their attacking game. What's more is that he is just incredible when it comes to general defensive actions. He has 112 clearances for the Liverpool side in this current season. He's made 0 errors that have led to a goal. Saliba has made 2, so just that for a comparison. His tackle percentage is 83%, only bettered by William Saliba in this particular instance. But what I find most impressive is something that I mentioned a little bit earlier, and that is his aerial duels. Now, if we take a look here are the aerial duels for the 5 players that I have mentioned, obviously including Van Dijk, and the numbers are quite startling. Virgil van Dijk has won 113 aerial duels in his time at Liverpool this season, and he's only lost 21. That gives him a win percentage of 84.3%, and as I said previously, that's the best in Europe. But when we take some of the best centre-backs that are in the Premier League currently, it absolutely annihilates all of them. 113 aerial duels won. No wonder he's able to get his head onto winning crosses in finals. No wonder he's able to clear the lines. He is fantastic in the air, and that kind of dominance just gives Liverpool that little bit more edge, that dynamism, that impotence to then be able to transition and go forwards. The amount of times that Virgil van Dijk can then transition, settle his side down, and then allow them to progress forwards is incredible. And it wouldn't have been available if he didn't have that aerial prowess. And remember, he's playing in an inconsistent side. He's having different partners. Joel Matip isn't available at the minute. He is having to deal with a number of different partners. Of course, you've got the likes of João Kwanzaa coming through. But again, the mainstay and the sole linchpin and the one consistent aspect in this Liverpool side, in this back line, is Virgil van Dijk. And I firmly believe that if he stays fit and he continues to play the way that he is, he will be one of the major points in pushing Liverpool towards that title. He is the bedrock to this Liverpool side. He is the backbone to this Liverpool side. And Liverpool have an amazing chance of winning the Premier League with him in the side in this form. He is fantastic. Finally, before we end, I just wanted to show an example of Virgil van Dijk's drive, his determination, his aggression to try and win an aerial duel. This is in the Carabao Cup final against Chelsea. This was the winning goal. Here is Virgil van Dijk, who's currently being marked in the box. The ball is currently being whipped in, but what you don't actually realise is the amount of players that Van Dijk needs to get through to be able to get his head on the ball. He does a great job of just driving, wanting it more, and just making sure that he's able to leap that little bit better, getting a run up on the Chelsea defender. At the time it was Mudryk. He manages to get his head on the ball. Watch everyone else are static, but Virgil van Dijk is currently the only player on the move. He reads the cross, he gets himself across his defender, making sure that he is the one to make contact, and I just think it's incredibly impressive. A captain's performance, a captain's display, and that's something he's done over the entirety of this campaign. And like I said previously, it's this kind of experience, this kind of leadership that will drive Liverpool towards a Premier League title. Look at this. He's driving over. He's managing to get his head on it before the Chelsea player. He is the one that wants it. He is the one that is going to make sure that he gets his head on to the ball. Great effort, great attempt at making sure that he makes contact first, making sure that he makes the difference to his team, to the game, and getting his team over the line. Like I said, with Virgil van Dijk in the side, Liverpool have a fantastic chance of winning the Premier League due to his consistency, his aggression, his tenacity, his ability on the ball, and his all-round leadership. He is the bedrock of this Liverpool title charge. But as always, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. How highly do you rate Virgil van Dijk? And Liverpool fans, talk to me. How impressive has he been for you this season? Get in the comments and let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care.